Welcome to 10 Women, bringing together 10 women with 10 thought-provoking questions based on one theme.
I can't wait to hear everyone else's answer on that one.
So when I find myself overwhelmed and uninspired, I find myself turning to a friend to help me change my perspective. But sometimes you need more than just one other perspective. Sometimes you need like a group of women to get a variety of life experiences to inspire you.
And that's the inspiration behind our series, 10 Women. We brought together 10 women and asked them the same 10 questions. Each episode focuses on a different question.
So my name is Amy Brown.
And I'm Sarah Howard.
And we're the hosts and producers of the series 10 Women. For our first season, we thought, let's just focus on something that we're talking about all the time. And right now, it's aging and getting older. Because we live in this culture that's obsessed with youth. Decades ago, if a woman reached her 40s, she was considered past her prime. How can this be? Like, I'm 55, and I feel like I'm my favorite version of myself right now.
Yeah, me too. Reaching out to other women and hearing their point of view can be empowering and make us feel less alone. Each of us have experienced different journeys to get here. The physical experience of aging is shaped by our habits, our DNA, and our life choices. The mental and intellectual experiences of aging are shaped by watching others experience it before us, and then how we see ourselves in the world.
And as we watch women around us get older, I find myself questioning, like, will that be me when I get older? And as we get older ourselves, we realize that reality may change our course and maybe take an unexpected turn.
Before we officially start the series, we wanted to share with you what questions we will be asking this season and introduce you to our 10 women. Please note that this podcast is being distributed two ways. First, it's an audio-only format available wherever you download your favorite podcasts. Second, it's also a video format hosted on our 10 Women series YouTube channel.
Our show began as questions between two friends. We were talking about many of these questions for years. And when we started the series, we thought we're going to start with the questions. And that was actually the hardest part, took us the longest part, because we wanted to make sure that everyone could relate to our questions.
At the start of every episode, we will introduce the question and share a bit of context regarding our conversations over time and how we got to that question. Keep in mind that when each of the 10 women committed to this series, we shared all of these questions in advance and we gave them time to reflect. Here are the 10 questions for the upcoming episodes. Question 1. Who are you for you? You're a mother, sister, daughter, friend, employee, but who are you for you?
This was one of my favorite questions. As women, we tend to define ourselves based on relationships with other people. But who are you for you? Just the relationship with yourself. Some of the women really enjoyed this question and others really struggled with it. Question 2. What lessons have you learned from watching loved ones get older?
Watching our loved ones get older teaches us volumes about the human condition and makes us question how we want to approach aging. Some of the lessons are things we hope to emulate. Other lessons make us pause and consider different approaches. Question 3. What worries you about the aging process?
Women and worry tend to go hand in hand. For many of us, we may not share this worry out loud. Instead, though, it kind of hovers over our thoughts and it kind of clouds our perspectives. So what are the worries that you are carrying? Question 4. How are you using technology differently as you get older?
You've seen the stereotypes. Someone older asking someone younger how to use a specific piece of technology. It paints a picture that as you age, you become technologically adverse. But is that really the case? Question 5. In what situations do you turn to women from different generations for guidance or advice?
So women turn to each other, to other women all the time for advice. But do you seek out people from different generations? So are you tapping the variety of life experiences from different generations, or are you only talking to women in your own generation? Question 6. What indulgences do you practice to feel good about yourself?
The word indulgence means to allow yourself to enjoy something. We loved this word.
We do.
The word can make people think of something positive or of something negative. As the women answer this question, you will hear some of them struggle because enjoying something as an indulgence seems negative or selfish. Others shared their indulgences quite freely. Question 7. Imagine you get to have a conversation with yourself 10 years ago. What would surprise your younger self about you now?
As we get older, our priorities shift. So what motivated you or scared you before seems very different today. So what if you could have a conversation with your younger self 10 years ago? How would your younger self view your current self today? Question 8. What if we could level up as we age? Every new decade we survive, we unlock new abilities and opportunities. What would that look like?
We wanted to have fun with this question. Let's imagine aging differently. Instead of the loss of abilities, let's think about leveling up like you're playing a video game. Every new challenge or decade that you overcome, you get new abilities. What would that look like for you? Question 9. What do you love about the aging process?
When we talk about aging, it's really easy to go to the negative, like all the things we don't like, the pains, the aches, the wrinkles as our bodies change. But aging comes with some amazing rewards. Question 10. How is your life different from the older women in your life?
Before you reached your current age, someone you know and loved lived this age. How do you compare yourself now to those women?
These 10 questions are the focus of the first season. As the women answered the questions, they said things like, oh, I'm sure everyone else's answers are the same. Nope. Every woman had unique answers. We were blown away by their insightful answers. We heard things that literally stopped us in our tracks and made us laugh out loud and completely took us by surprise.
Next, we want you to meet our 10 women. At the beginning of their interviews, we asked each woman to introduce themselves to the audience as if they were approached by a stranger at a party. Let's meet the women of season 1.
My name is Kimberly Burke, and I'm a human, a teacher, and a lover. Well, I'm a 60-year-old work of progress. I am working towards retirement. I hope to retire in June from a job that I love, but that has kind of sucked the life out of me because I'm a teacher. And so kind of navigating, especially higher ed in this climate, this day and age is just a different animal than what I'm used to. You know, I've been at it for over 30 years, so I'm ready to do that. What else am I? I'm a wife and a mom. I have a boatload of children. I have 9 adopted children. I'm sorry, I have 6 adopted children, but 9 kids in total. And they're grown, but you never stop being a mom, so that's a big role in my life. I'm a lifelong learner. I like to think of myself as awake in the world, which at this time is about to kill me. Let's see. I guess, oh God, who am I? I wish I could answer that more fully, but I struggle with that.
My name is Abigail Dunn Moses, and I am an educator of adults who heals the brokenhearted. I'm very eclectic, is I think how some people might describe me. And this is what I mean by that. I grew up in an environment with people from all over the world, and it gave me an opportunity to see how different people do different things. And so I am a global fusion kind of person, you know. Before I came, I was cooking dinner. I had turmeric in there, I had cayenne pepper in there, I had French thyme in there. So that pretty much describes who I am. Loving people. Loving people, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. just the thought that I could make somebody's day, or the thought that I can hold their hand, or the thought that I can absorb somebody's fury and replace it with love, that gets me up in the morning.
My name is Judy Fowler. I am an educator, a mom, and a team player. I am now currently taking a new job at UNCG as the assistant director of what is called the University Teaching and Learning Commons. I'm learning what my responsibility will be at this point, and with my background in education, I'm feeling very hopeful with my new position. My last position was holding on to a teacher education program in North Carolina. That teacher education has plummeted, 51% decrease in all enrollment across the state. So I was the program coordinator for health and physical education. So I get to still be in that role while I'm chasing a new role. So that's always kind of fun. I am an only child. I am from Korean American descent. So my mom's from South Korea. I am originally from Columbus, Ohio, and I've migrated south. I have a wife and 2 beautiful children, and they keep us very, very busy and on our toes constantly. My wife is also in education. She's an assistant principal, so we are now being told by our children, stop being educators. Like they've figured out when we're talking to them in certain ways, you're bringing the education in. So it's kind of a fun place to navigate, to be on check all the time, but when we're trying to be parents and then when we are being called out. So we're just living our best lives right now with that. So it's a lot of fun.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I am a gynecologist, bicyclist, and someone who loves life. I'm 55 years old, almost 56 years old at this point. I've lived in Greensboro for the last 21 years. I'm an OBGYN by profession, actually now just GYN. I gave up delivering babies about 9 months ago or so. I love the outdoors. I love riding my bike. I love my bikes almost more than I love my wife, but not that much. I actually met my wife 20 years ago, introduced by one of the producers of this podcast, so thank you again. Just have been enjoying life in the last year, especially after the change with No More Call, of just being a little bit more free to be able to do the things I want and go the places I want to, and not necessarily worry about my work as much anymore.
My name is Marie Leonard, and I am a mom, a daughter, and an energetic lover of life. I'm from High Point right now. I grew up in California and then moved to Vermont when I was in middle school, and went to a women's college and a hippie college. So went from Boston to Washington State. And now I work at the Center for Creative Leadership, and I've been there for 20 years.
I am Leanna Martin, and I am an aunt, a daughter, and a friend. Let's see, I'm an aunt, so professional aunt. I like to call myself. I have 3 nieces, so I spend most of my time doing stuff with them, doing stuff for them, hanging out with them. In fact, I'll see them later today because they're everything. So, because I don't have any children of my own, so they're like mine. So I own them. And then, other than family, that's the biggest thing to know about me. Most people would say I'm a creative person. I don't claim it really, because I feel like, I can execute things that I see that I think are cute, but coming up with ideas myself, I feel like that's not my thing. But I like to create and make things. So that's me.
My name is Susan Sassman, and I am an extrovert, a creative visionary, and a nurturing kind of gal. I would say that I'm 70 years old. I'm a mom and a grandmother. I've been married for 46 years. I spend a lot of time doing community work whether it's working with volunteers or trying to shake things up or spread good ideas. So a lot of my energy and passion resides in being a community activist, particularly around issues for women.
My name is Abigail Seymour, and I am an entrepreneur, a lawyer, and an Enneagram 7. I am a family law attorney, and I'm a late in life attorney. I have had probably 3 or 4 careers in my lifetime, and this is the latest one and is definitely the last one because I love it. And I kind of wish I'd started a little bit earlier just so I can do it for even longer. But I started out I went to film school and I became a photographer, and I was a wedding photographer for almost a decade, I believe, and I had my own business. But I had always wanted to be an attorney, and when I went to undergrad in New York, I used to go and actually sit in and watch trials because I thought it was so interesting. But I just thought it was fun and theatrical, and I thought maybe that was why I liked it. But I was always very attracted to it, and regretted not having gone to law school when I was younger. And just kept it in the back of my mind. And then in our town, we have a law school that was built actually the same year my son was born. And I used to drive by it and think, gosh, I wish I'd done that. And so I set out little by little to reach that goal. And so I went to law school when I was 47, and I'm 57 now. So it was just... I'm happier than I've ever been, having done something that for many people would not be a happy thing to do. I've met some lawyers who say, I think I'm going to quit being a lawyer and I'm going to become a photographer. So I think there's some switching around of that. But I've had just a lot of different identities and lives and careers, and I think they all kind of blend together now. So.
My name is Ann Sparks-Baumgardner, and I am a caregiver. I'm a member of a women's organization that I'm very passionate about. I am a cyclist. I'm a road cyclist, and I love being out of doors. Well, I would say that I am an extrovert, and so people say I've never met a stranger. I don't have any problem getting up and meeting people. I love meeting people. I love people. And so, I mean, like in an airport or traveling or anywhere, I mean, standing in a line, I mean, I have no problem talking to people. So I am very outgoing. I care a lot about helping other people. And it seems like in the last number of years, since I've been a widow, that service is kind of, I guess, what my purpose in life is to help other people. You know, what else am I here for? So I'm a caregiver for an older sister, a special needs older sister, and you know, I like things tidy. I don't like things messy. So I'm tall. I like the outdoors. I love, you know, being outdoors. I love cycling, and yeah.
My name is Terry Wiggins, and I am a woman. I am a mother, and I am a daughter. I'm originally from Indiana. However, I've lived in North Carolina for over 40 years. So it is my second home, and I've got hey y'all down, and so people can understand me. And I appreciate my daughter lives here, and that's an anchor for me, and I have nieces that live here, so it's been a great place. I've worked many different places here in North Carolina. So I'm a family nurse practitioner and a wellness coach by trade, and anything else?
Are you retired?
I'm semi-retired.
What does semi mean?
It means I still work a little bit.
So what's a little bit, like an hour? Or
Oh, okay, a little bit. Probably about 4 to 6 hours a week. I still see clients. And I don't know when I'm going to stop working because I love it. I didn't even know I had a twin until several people told me through different readings that, yes, you had a twin. So I asked my mother. No, she didn't know anything about it, but that was way before sonograms and etc. So it's been And I recently went back and reviewed some information that someone had given me, and they said, yes, you had a twin that helped you move into this world. You were really reluctant to come in, and they were there to comfort you, hold your hand, so to speak, and make sure that you were okay with that. Isn't that interesting? Because somebody asked me at a workshop, she asked me, who's in your family? And I said, well, I have 2 sisters, a mom and dad, 2 sisters. And she goes, well, what about your brother? And I go, I don't have a brother. And as time slowly evolved, I kind of got into the idea of it and asked more questions and, kind of did a spiritual journey with it. And lo and behold, I've named him Michael.
Those are the amazing women of the first season of 10 Women. So for the next 10 episodes, you're going to hear them answering all of our questions. So keep in mind, though, we did surprise them with some extra questions. At the end of the interview, we asked them some surprise fun questions. If you want to hear those answers, please find and join our online community at 10 Women Series on Instagram. And while you're there, please share your answers to the questions with us.
We hope that you will join us every Tuesday for a new episode, wherever you download your favorite podcasts. This series is distributed both as an audio-only and a YouTube video format to allow you to enjoy each episode your preferred way. Be sure to visit our website at sassym.com to learn more about this series. 10 Women is a production of Sassy Am Media. Amy Brown and Sarah Howard, producers. Feel free to send us an email at sassymmedia@gmail.com. Special thanks to the women of Season 1, Kimberly Burke, Judy Fowler, Michelle Horvath, Marie Leonard, Leanna Martin, Abigail Dunn Moses, Susan Sassman, Abigail Seymour, Ann Sparks Bumgaudner, and Terry Wiggins.